Hey, shalom, shalom. Let's start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rahaka, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught me this truth. Shalom to the Bayat Dawadah, which is the house of David. And shalom to the sincere sisters, the Akwathium, who are staying in order according to the scriptures. To you all, I say shalom. I am the brother Shemayim, from the Diligent Soldier Camp out here in Boston, Mass. All right, and let's get straight to it. I got a couple articles I want to, two articles. So yeah, a couple that I want to bring out to you, sincere listeners out there, the ones that are seeking the truth and are seeking edification, you know. So the title of this lesson is gonna be something around the lines of uh so we have a mental issue now, or a mental problem now, something around those lines. All right, so we have a mental issue now, or we have a mental problem. All right. uh so let me share the screen. I got an article I want to bring out. Before I even bring out the article, you guys already know, we have to bring out the disclaimer. Okay. So this is a copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So YouTube, this is fair use. All right. Always got to bring that out because, yeah, YouTube can trip sometimes, and take down people's video. So we got to, take precaution. So I have a article that I want to bring out. So I'm gonna start right here, right where it says pandemic related practice issues. Okay. So this is the crown pestilence. All right, I'm gonna have to use keywords, okay? So this right here on the board, do you see that I'm pointing out with the mouse? We're gonna call this a crown pestilence. Okay, crown pestilence, FAQS for physicians. All right, this was updated in December 1st, 2022. So literally what? It's the 8th right now. It's in the morning, 2 in the morning. So what, 7 days ago, roughly? That being said, it is by CPSO, which is of College Physicians of Surgeons of let me see. I have it right here in another. Let me bring it up right here. It's just so you guys can understand what it is. College of Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario. All right, so in Canada. All right, I'm gonna repeat that again. The CPSO is College of Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario. So now we're gonna bring out this what will you call it? Yeah, what it says right there. Crown pestilence FAQS for physicians. All right, updated December 1st, 2022. I can put this on the description box. But let's go down here. We have a little bit to read, all right? The main point is at the end. All right. So pandemic related practice issues. All right. Patients are asking me to write notes supporting a medical exemption from crown pestilence, and we're gonna call this word, all right? We got to use keywords, all right? This word right here that I'm pointing with the mouse, we're gonna call it venom, okay? So let's read it again. Patients are asking me to write notes supporting a medical exemption from crown pestilence venom. What do I need to know? Patients may ask you to write notes. So this is what this college is sending this information to the physicians and doctors. All right. So where was I? Patients may ask you to write a notes or complete forms exempting them from getting venomed. If you are asked by your patients to provide information supporting a medical exemption from receiving a crown pestilence venom, your patient must have legitimate medical condition that would warrant an exemption. In other words, if you are a patient to them and they're telling you that you need the venom, like for an example, if an employer or anything around your lifestyle is requiring for you to take the venom for in order for you to participate in whatever you're contributing to, right? It can be a job, it can be you going to a building, whatever. You get the point, right? These people that don't want to get the venom, they're asking their physicians for an exemption note or an exemption letter, right? Let's continue. Oh yeah, so it's basically this college is telling these physicians that they need to have a legitimate medical condition that will warrant an exemption. The National Advisory Committee on Immunization, the Ministry of Health, and some public health units have provided guidance regarding how do you say that? Contraindication for crown pestilence venom. The Ministry of Health has also provided guidance about medical exemptions in the medical exemption to crown pestilence venom document and guidance for specific allergy providing in the crown pestilence venom allergy form document. All right, let's continue. Generally speaking, there are very few acceptable medical exemptions to the crown pestilence venom. Examples include an allergist, immunologist, immunologist, confirmed severe allergy, or anaphylactic reaction to a previous dose of crown pestilence venom. Right, so they basically saying that you have to be allergic to the thing for in order for you to get allergic to the venom for in order for you to get the exemption letter or no, right? And one of the how do I word it? Let's see. One of the exemptions personally that a person can have is to be allergic to uh the previous venom that they took for the crown pestilence, which that in itself, it's think about that, like they took one and they took a venom and they were allergic to it. That in itself just doesn't sound very appealing, if you will. But this doesn't they don't care about that, how it sounds. Let's continue. Where was I? Right, so it says or to any of its components that cannot be mitigated or a diagnosed episode of myocarditis, pericarditis, excuse if I'm mispronouncing it, after receipt of an let's call this again venom. Okay, you guys can see what I was pointing at. Given the rarity of these exemptions, right, and in light of the fact that venom have been proven to be both safe and effective, okay, they're saying that it has been proven to both be safe and effective. You know, we gotta use keywords, okay? So we're right here. Let's let the scriptures speak, okay? This is the book of Job, chapter 13, verse 4. And it says, "But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value." So what's a forger? All right. When we look up the word forger, let me see. Right, because it's very important. I'm letting the scriptures speak because these devils, man, they slick, man. So forger, a person who produces fraudulent copies or imitations. Forger, let's see, faker, copyist, imitator, coiner. What is a person who forges? One that forges metals, a person who falsifies, okay, especially a creator of false tales, a person guilty of forgery. Okay, so now, but ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. So now, keeping that in mind, right? Let's go back to read what we just left off. Keep that scripture in mind. So it says, given the rarity of these exemptions, right, you being allergic to it, and in light of the fact that venom have been proven to be both safe and effective, we know, okay, any notes written for patients who qualify for a medical exemption need to clearly specify the reason they cannot beat venom against crown pestilence, right? Document clear medical information that supports the exemption, meaning you being allergic, and the effective time period for the medical reason, permanent or time limited. Let's continue. While a physician are generally required to complete third-party medical reports for patients when requested, the circumstances of the pandemic supports physicians declining to write notes or complete forms when the patient making the request does not have a medical condition that warrants an exemption. If you find yourself in this situation, clearly and sensitively explain to your patient that you cannot provide them with a note or form along with the reasons why. All right. That being said, I want to remind you guys that this was updated in December 1st. That's very important because this was out around November. Okay. I do have a video, but I won't show it because there's a person speaking about the matter, and knowing YouTube, they might try to take this down. So I'm gonna leave the video down, and I'm gonna just continue bringing out the article and bring out scriptures. Okay. Um, but remember, that's what I was trying to say, that this was updated a couple of days ago. But this came out around the time of November. Okay, and they changed certain things, all right, to make it look more appealing. You know, let's continue. It is also important that physicians work with their patients to manage anxiety related to venom. So now they're trying to say that, you know, that your physician and your doctor does not have to give you an exempt letter, which obviously they don't, but hear out the case. They're saying that if you don't have any medical proven that you're allergic to the venom, right? That right, it is important for your physician to work with you to manage your anxiety related to the venom. Basically, they're saying that you have anxiety against the venom and not enable avoidance behavior. For example, for extreme fear of needles, right? So now they're saying that it's an extreme fear of needles, which they call it trypano trypanophobia. So that is the extreme fear of needles or other cases of serious concern. Responsible use of prescription medication. So this is their solution, right? Responsible use of prescription medication and or referral to psychotherapy. So responsible use of prescription medication and or a referral therapy, right? May be of an available option. And this is the updated part. That's what they are expressing now, strongly in this writing so that the people can understand that it's just an option out there. This is what they're trying to push to the people. All right. So now, responsible use of prescription medication and or referral to psychotherapy. So now let's look up what psychotherapy is, right? Because we got to look into what the word is. All right. So psychotherapy, sometimes called talk therapy, is a term for a variety of treatment techniques that aim to help identify and change troubling emotions, thoughts, and behavior. Okay? So they want to give you, listen, man, a lot of you people are going to watch this and say, well, what's the problem with that? Right? You should be wanting to take, this is what they say, that you should, these are these sheeple. You should want to take the venom. Right. And if you're scared of needles, then you should take some psychotherapy. That's an option so that you're not scared and it can change your troubling emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. Listen, man, if you know the history of these elites and what they have done when people go against their agenda, there's a thing called MK Ultra. These people, always are trying to change your emotions, your thoughts, and your behaviors. In this case, they calling it an option, psychotherapy. Right now, let's go back. What else did it say? All right. It said prescription medications. So now let's go into and they changed this. They call it prescription medication, but after that they say psychiatric, right? What was I reading? Yeah, psychotherapy, right? So now, what type of medication would they give you if they're trying to change your thoughts, your emotions, and your behavior? All right, because they believe you have an anxiety, right? What is psychiatric medication? All right, they're sending you to psychotherapy, so they're gonna put you on or the option. Let me change my words. What they're saying now, right? Options, right? What is psychiatric medication? Psychiatric medication includes all drugs which can be prescribed to treat different types of mental health problem. Right? That was what I was trying to express of what the title of this lesson is. Okay? So we have a mental health problem now. Also, or we have a mental health issue. Something around those lines. So what is psychiatric medication? Psychiatric medication includes all drugs which can be prescribed to treat different types of mental health problems, reduce the symptoms of mental health problems, prevent the return of mental health problems and their symptoms, also known as relapse. So now, knowing this, what psychiatric medication is, and what is psychotherapy, keep that in mind. All right, they're calling these as options. So let's read again. It is also important that physicians work with their patients and manage anxieties related to the venom and not enable avoidance behavior. For example, for extreme fear of needles, trypanophobia, or other cases of serious concern, responsible use of prescription medication and or a referral to psychotherapy may be available option. See how they make it sound? Responsible use of prescription medication, right? Or a referral to a psychotherapy may be an available option. Let's get this, right? I believe is in the book of Psalms 51. Is it verse 19? Let me see. Let's see. I wonder if it's 55, Psalms 55. Yep, Con. So this is the book of Psalms 55, verse 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Okay? So they call it an option. Uh, responsible use of prescription medication and or referral to a psychotherapy may be an available option. That sounds very, very sounds very smooth, man. Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Listen, man, you guys that are not under a rock, and you guys that are open-minded, and you guys that have been blessed with the spiritual discernment, then you understand how these elites work. You understand how Bill Gates, has he's a puppet to the elites and they have an agenda to depopulate the world. You understand that, this venom is used as a weapon. It's called biowarfare. All right. You don't have to believe me. All right. But this is the warning that we giving the people. And when I say the people, I'm speaking about to my people, the Israelites, right? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and then you Israelites that also look like the other nations. But your seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is why we are Israelites. This is why I say when I speak to the mass or to the people, this is a warning. All right. So now let's finish off what I was reading. Overall, physicians have a responsibility to allow their patients to be properly informed about venom and not have those anxieties empowered by an exemption. So the exemption is gonna overpower your anxiety, right? So they want to help you out to get rid of that anxiety or that fear of needles, right? So they're giving you an option. All right. So now this is this is them by the Associated Press, written in November 22nd. All right, written by obviously them trying to, How do I word it? Give me a second. You know, like that saying, they're trying to clear up their name. This is them an attempt. But let me bring out this. Let me bring out this phrasing, right? A phrase that the brother Lahab, he likes to bring out as well. In their lies, they tell you the truth. So this is them trying to clear up their name, right? But you got to see it with a spiritual eye. All right. This is Canada isn't mandating psychiatric treatment for the unvenomed. So they tell you Canada's not doing that. Right? Keep that in mind, what I was mentioning earlier. All right. Forgers of lies. Claim Canada is mandating, this is the claim, that Canada is mandating, and YouTube, this is fair use. All right. This is fair use. Canada is mandating psychiatric medication for those who refuse crown pestilence venom, right? So this is the claim that they're gonna right. I read it. Canada is mandating psychiatric medication. This is the claim. Obviously, in the article that I just read, it's saying that it's an option. But you know how this world works, man. You know how this elite works, all through gradualism. Right? It's slowly, getting to that point. All right. APS assessment false. Canada has issued no guidance related to psychiatric medication and crown pestilence venom. According to the country's public health agency, the claim misrepresents a section of COVID, there we go, of crown pestilence FAQ published by the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario. Ontario. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Ontario. Anyways, this right here, right? This claim, they say that this claim misrepresents a section of the, Crown Pestilence FAQ published by College of Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario. That is the article that I just read to you guys. This is in the month of February, the date, which is the 22nd. This is why earlier I told you it is important for you to understand that what I read to you right now was updated December 1st. You see? These devils, man. These devils, man. And this is where this lesson came from, because I was watching a video where this guy was exposing them, saying what this college was sending to these physicians and doctors, and they updated it. They had to change it, right? Because people got onto it. You see? Anyway, let's continue. Which states prescription and medications and referrals to psychotherapy may be option for patients who have serious anxiety linked to venom. An example was letter added to the page to specify cases such as an extreme fear of needles. The fact social media users think weak are distorting an FAQ page for Canadian physicians to falsely claim that Ontario's regulation agency for doctors is advising that unvenomed people be diagnosed with mental health conditions and medicated. Listen, man, it don't matter how you guys say it. If you guys are given an option for right, the option of prescription medication and referrals to psychotherapy, psychiatric medication, if you guys are given those options, when you look up the definition of these words, man, it don't matter how pretty you try to paint the picture Ultimately, you're saying that this is a mental problem that a people have, a mental issue. Now, ultimately, this is all gradualism. Okay, at the end of the day, we know who the enemy is. The enemy is you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American. And even though this is happening in Canada, Canada uses their own, the elites use their own people, the so-called white man, Esau Edom, as guinea pigs. All right. So obviously they're doing this on their people as well. But the number one target is the so-called black man, Latino, and Native American. Right. Let me get this scripture. This is let me see. Roughly paraphrasing it to see what comes out. Right. Oh, that there we go. That was butchering it kinda. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus or the book of Sirach, right? Chapter 14, verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his good. Esau Edom, so-called white man, is evil to himself. He uses his own people as guinea pigs, man. Esau Edom only cares about the elites. They don't care about you low-level Edomites. And ultimately, we don't care about you guys either, man. But we're just trying to let you know that this is happening in Canada right now, and Esau Edom is using you guys as guinea pigs, man. But this is the agenda that they have for the world, man. Right? Look what's happening in China. That's coming over here as well. Right? People are in concentration camps out there in China, and they making it look like it's good for them. They're making it look like I seen a couple videos where the people is chilling in their room, got their iPad, got their phone, got the books, they're just chilling inside, and this is all good. And then we also seen people being forced out of their houses. You know, all this is part of an agenda. It's all about control. You understand? That's literally what is all about. Okay, to have control over our people. Especially you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American. All right, they want our people to get venom. All right, they're trying to force this venom on our people. All right, and we've been telling our people that they've been trying to get all of our people, venomed. And now they're saying that we have a mental health problem. You know, this is let's get the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12. We'll start at verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Can't trust this enemy, man. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. What's that rust? That's that wickedness, right? Never trust your enemy, man. Esau Edom is a deceiver. He is a liar. He updated the FAQ, you know, thinking he was slick, trying to clear up his name. You know, this is the It's the book of 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Devices going into his scheme, his agenda, his plan, right? What he has devised up, what he has planned against us. So lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, man. We're telling you how this devil's playing this game, man, through gradualism. All right? It's slowly, man. Look, man. A lot of people, look what happened when a lot of people didn't want to take the venom or even be part of that mask mandate. A lot of people were unemployed. It was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of division among our own people, you know, a lot of you know, dangerous moments, if you will, between, you know, the the police, if you will, with the people and their and you know, in between just people and their own families, people and you know, whoever was around them, the way that they looked at each other, you know. Listen, man, this is all part of their scheme. This is all part of their agenda. It's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to wake up. All right. It's the book of John, chapter 8, verse 32, right? And it reads, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. You know, and the truth is that the scriptures speak about how don't trust your enemy, right? The scriptures speak about how these are physicians of no value, forgers of lies. Okay, the scriptures speak about how these people, you know, they deceive, how do the scripture where is it? Let me see. Let me get this. How they create, you know, damn, what's the word? Let me see if I can get it. Psalms 83. Is it 83? Right, how they let's read this, right? This is the book of Psalms chapter 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Okay. Talking about the elites. Let me see. Right? That's Esau, Edom, and the elites. They come together. Psalm 64 was the one I was looking for, not Psalms 83. Psalms 864, verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them, their heart is deep. These people search out iniquities, man. They created the crown pestilence because the Lord put it on the spirits to create it. They pass it out on the people. They create a venom. They tell you that the venom works. Uh, there was a lot of side effects, right? Now the colleges are telling the physicians and doctors that it works and that don't give the people exemptions, and they're telling, you know, these colleges are telling the physicians and doctors that the people have a mental issue, man. So this is them categorizing us, man. This is that divide and conquer, right? That's why a lot of people saying that the people that are not taking the venom are the problem, right? The people that are not taking the venom are the problem. But in reality, you know, we are the ones that are awoken. We are the ones that have this light. We have this understanding. We have this truth. We're not just a follower, a sheeple, a zombie. The Lord has kept us away from these things for a reason, man. That's why you gotta keep, seeking the Lord and seek for guidance and understanding. Because these devils are searching out iniquities, man. Each time they keep coming out with other shits, man. This is all part of their plan. It was part of the plan to categorize us, man. Right? They out here saying that we have a mental issue, man, a mental problem. Right? Let's start at verse 5. Psalm 64:5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. That's the word I was looking for earlier. They lay snares, meaning traps. They say, who shall see them? They think that we don't see them, man, but the Lord sees them and the Lord reveals it to us. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. These devils go above and beyond, man. Above and beyond, man. Now they saying that we have a mental issue, man. Look at that, right? We have a mental issue. That's what they saying now. Man, these devils, man. But with that, I pray that this lesson was edifying to the elect. Let's give all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, time of this truth. Shalom to the Bayat Dawadah. Shalom to the sincere Akwathium who are staying in order according to the scriptures. To you all, I say Shalom, DTA, Baba Ball, Kwam Yasharala. Lord willing, on to the next one. Shalom.